joined now by LaVar Ball. LaVar, welcome back to Undisputed.
Yeah. Wait, what did you bring with you?
We back. Look what I brought. The ZO2s. These are the special ones.
Ooh.
This is what everybody gets, the memorabilia pack. You get this light, you get the prototype, but this is it. See, it's locked up. You just can't come in here and get that. It's just like you go to the museum. You can't touch nothing. Just like that. We can all look. I don't even know where the key. I got to get clearance for it.
What?
You got to get clearance to open that one.
That's like going to the jewelry store. They got the good stuff behind the lock and key.
Yes. Up high where nobody goes.
Shannon, I drive a Z06.
Yes.
And those look faster than my Z06.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Z02s.
So go ahead. What's going through your mind last night?
What's going through my mind last night is, LaVar, you right again. Everybody on the outside looking in and say, how does he get that right?
Because you knew.
I speak it into existence.
You did.
And that's what I do.
You actually thought they were going to bring Magic Johnson way to New York and not let him get one of those first 2 ping pong balls?
You saw his dance move.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
You saw his dance move. He had it already ready to go.
What? Skip?
So, as you told me a week ago, you said the Lakers are going to get that ball, that ping pong ball,
yes,
and then get that ball, as in Lonzo ball.
Yes.
And yet, they didn't get the first pick. They got number 2, so they can take number 2, who's your son. But what if, this is what fascinates me, what if Boston starts to talk itself into Lonzo Ball? The reports are that you don't want Lonzo to work out, or maybe somebody in your camp has decided not to work out for Boston.
Right.
Is that true?
That's true.
Okay. So are you going to try to discourage
strong-arm
Boston
him, not to take it your son?
Taking Lonzo?
Discourage him, yes. I hope they don't take him. Markelle Fultz is the perfect pick for them. He's the best player. Take him.
Skip, can I ask him something?
Take him.
Hold on. Since when are you okay with being number 2?
As long as Lonzo number 2. He always been number 2. See how it lined up?
It does feel like fate. It does.
You see how it's lined up? Number 2, the deuce is wild.
Okay, but LaVar, Boston does have the right to come full. Like to me, I already told him to start the show. If I'm Boston, no disrespect to you, but if I'm Boston, I love your son so much, he's transcendent. He's better than Markelle Fultz for the reasons you have expressed. He's got this rare gift. He can make everybody better.
Right.
We know that. Okay, so I say, overall, long term, your son will be more valuable than Markelle Fultz, even though you say he's a fine player. He's a nice player. I get that. Although your son went up there back in February and UCLA just destroyed them up in Seattle. Remember that?
Right.
By 41. Anyway, back to this. So what if Boston says, we don't care, you won't let us work him out or talk to him, we're going to take him. Could it become an NFL-like situation that we discussed earlier? John Elway, once upon a time, said, no, I'm not going to the Baltimore Colts. I just won't play. I'll go play baseball for the Yankees, who had drafted him.
Yes.
Or Eli Manning. His family said, we don't want him playing San Diego. We don't even play him in the Big Apple, New York. So they sort of strong-arm forced a trade to the Giants. So is it possible that you could pull off the same thing if they start to make noise about we're going to take Lonzo?
Well, here's the thing. I don't have to make no noise. I would go with Zoe. Zoe just wants to be in the NBA. So it's not about me saying strong-arming folks and, he ain't playing there. I just think it's lined up for him to be a Laker, the fact that he's homegrown. But I will not go to Boston and do all this ramping and raving like, hey, man, I'm going overseas. I'm going to do that. I ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
Lonzo wants to do the playing. He just want to be in the gym.
Right.
And that's what it's about. It's not about my preference, like I said, is to the Lakers, and we get what we do.
Okay.
I just think it's going to be
I
lined up
respect
good
that.
enough where everybody going to fall where they're supposed to be.
Do you think you're sending a bad message by saying that possibly that Lonzo is only going to work out for the Lakers?
No, I'm not sending a bad message at all. It's like, why would we work out for other teams? For what? We already destined. We're going to work out for the person we need to work out for. That's how we roll. Just like UCLA, when I picked it, I didn't go to 50 different schools to find out which one you want.
Right.
If you know what you want, just do what you're going to do. Go. You don't have
Don't you want to
put
get
on no
done?
fire
Don't
show.
you want to get done? You know, fly first class, come in and see the.
I can do that on my own. We don't need that. We don't need no circus. We need to get where he's supposed to be and start winning.
And he's supposed to be right here.
And he's supposed to be right here. That's why I said you're going to land where you're supposed to be, son. This is all lined up for you. I got the vision already. I already see it. I wish I could replay it where you could see it on my head, but it'd be too easy.
Have you talked to Magic?
I haven't talked to anybody. But hey, see how this universe works? The best point guard ever is attracted to the new best point guard ever.
Well, hey, you said it. I mean, I guess if you talk about something enough, eventually it's going to happen.
So, LaVar, have you had any indications from inside the Lakers that they are leaning toward taking Lonzo?
The indication I'll take is body language. If you say somebody's name, you start dancing, that's enough.
Okay.
I can show you. Holler at my wife, say LaVar.
Okay.
Same thing. Same thing.
Hey, you know I bought a pair of those, don't you?
Yes, I saw it. Shannon coming outside. I like it. I like it.
You know,
made more sense than any people that's not even, forget the price, but like you said, getting behind people, that's just how they do it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Why would I look down upon someone that's trying to build something? Yes, it's different. Most guys, like, you know what, they take the easy way and whatever to each his own. If you want to get behind a brand, you want a brand to market you, okay, fine. But you took a different approach. You says, okay, I want to build a shoe. I would like to have y'all backing, but if you don't want to let me help design the shoe, I mean, I'm giving up everything. So it's basically, you just want my son. Right. Well, I want my son to be in something that we have an input in designing.
Yes.
And we see so many different communities that will back their own. Wow. You think I'm gonna turn my back on my own?
That's strong. That's strong. And like I said, like when the shoe first came out, man, and I was talking to some of my buddies too. I said, you know, Shannon could say when it first came out, he was like, that's too high for that. I ain't doing that. That's Michael Jordan. For him to change on live TV and say, yo, I'm going to buy this shoe, that's strong to me. And like I said, the benefit that you had behind it, the reasoning for it was kind of, I say monumental, because it lets people know, like, man, you ain't just got to worry about the price. If you want to back somebody, it's on you.
So, LaVar, back to Magic Johnson. Do you have any former relationship with Magic? Have you known him over the years?
No, I have no.
So you've never even
Hey, here's the
spoken?
funny thing about it. Check this out. I talked to Magic when I was like 11 or 12 years old. I went to one of his camps. And that's the only time I ever talked to Magic.
And?
It was just cool. I just knew he's the best point guard ever, being so big and changing things where people's like, you're not a point guard, you're too big to be one. And him to do what he do, playing with that game. That's why I tell people Zoe is Magic with a jump shot. I've been saying that for a long time. Not that he looks like Magic and all this. It's just he makes people want to play with him. You don't know any of the Lakers, Byron Scott, Michael Cooper, Kurt Rambis. You put them on some other team, you're not going to know any of those guys. But you put them with Magic now, they household names. One guy. It's just like Zoe at UCLA. How many people went in the draft just because of him? He'll pull you along. You just got to follow.
So Magic was quoted, I think a week or so ago, saying, I don't have any issues with LaVar, any input that he would try to have in our franchise. So he has no problem, he said, with going ahead and taking Lonzo the way some other executives have expressed concern. Well, maybe he'll be too involved. But I want you to restate what you told me last week when we did our Facebook Live. You had no input or involvement at UCLA with Steve Alford's program.
None.
Would you please make that clear?
Here's what the media does. They gonna make me seem like I'm just in the locker room telling that, hey, we're not running that. You better do this for my son. I'm not that guy like that. But then you look at what happened in the high school, and people say, oh, that happened over here, he's running things. If you want to say I'm running things, that's fine.
At Chino High School.
At Chino High School. And you want to bring that to UCLA and I'm not that guy, but I'm going to speak my opinion. If you ask me a question, I'm going to speak my opinion, but I'm not going to be down on the floor every day. I enjoy watching my son play, and I will critique him backdoor. I'm not going to be in the game. You need to do this, you need to do that. No. I'll tell him whatever happens on the win or the loss, and I'll give him my input. And whether he takes it or not, that's on him. But he's been doing it for 19 years, and people say, oh, let Lonzo be his own. He's been his own man since he's been a baby. I don't hold him back from doing nothing. But I will guide him. It's just like people say, LaVar, you need to step back. I ain't gonna never step back. Even when I ride with him, I don't ride in the back. I ride side to side with him. We side to side. That's what people don't understand. He said, "LaVar, I need to fall back." I ain't falling back nowhere. I've been on the side of them all this time. You think I'm gonna bag up now and get to the back for what? We come together.
You think your relationship with your son bothers people?
It bothers people because they don't understand the relationship that we have. And it's just another thing. You have some young people that's out here critiquing, "Oh, LaVar needs to let Lonzo go." How you young guys gonna say anything and you ain't got no kids?
Such as Kyrie.
So the Kyrie, definitely. How you gonna tell me how my son should be?
Well,
You don't have a kid.
I don't think he's trying to tell you how you should raise your kid. And I said that from the very jump.
Right.
I'm not going to tell a man or a parent how they should or shouldn't raise their kids. But I think he's saying that, look, he was the first pick in the draft. And we assume Lonzo's going to be one of the first 2 picks. He's saying at some point in time, it's like when he got 18 or 19, he's like, he got his first tattoo, got his ears pierced. His dad let him be a man. And I think they get the impression because, like, when you and Lonzo are together, you do the majority of the talking and he do the majority of the co-signing. So
why not? You asking me the question? He ain't just supposed to be popping in and jumping in. That boy understands I'm a parent, he's a son.
Right.
And like Kyrie, he's in a different situation.
Right.
So you can't put yourself in the same situation as Lonzo. I have a wife and 2 other sons. You're not in that situation.
Right.
His was different. So now he couldn't wait to break again away from his dad. Why? Because you guys was needy back then. He was needy. My boy's not needy. He does whatever he wants, just like I do whatever I want.
Right.
So you can't put yourself in that situation and start saying, from my experience, maybe he didn't have a relationship that me and Zoe got.
Right.
And I don't think he did. He just had to make, first of all, your mom wasn't there. So something's got to change right there. It's not the same. Lonzo can come home and see his mom and dad all the time.
Right.
We've been together. Most people with this talent usually has a single parent.
Right.
Not 2 of them together that's like, hey, that's how we gonna do this. And be involved.
Right.
Because, Tiger can have his mom with her, but she ain't no golf player.
Right.
My wife played basketball. She understands it. Me and her like one.
Right.
So that's what makes it different than a lot of people in the situations where people are trying to get away from their family. From their, let's say, just a neighborhood that they're in. They say, man, I got to get out of this.
But you're in a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
Where you want to go?
I'm in exactly where? Chino Hills. You know what I call it now?
What?
Big ball of Chino Thrills.